Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hard Claim, our weekly stream where we do Blood on a Clock Tower every week. Hope everybody's being safe if you're in an area affected by weather. I know where we're at right now. We're dealing with flooding. I myself am in a safe location, thankfully, but I know people whose water is like creeping up in their backyard, and we got roads closed in the area. It's pretty crazy, but hope everybody's being safe if you are in an affected area. Yeah, so we got our weekly stream here. We're doing starting out with Bad Moon Rising. We'll be going through all the 3 base scripts. As usual, I do want to plug not that, I had the link earlier. Sorry, I had my Patreon link, and then no, I don't have it. But I do have a Patreon. If you want to, if you wanted to support me at all, you get there's a few free benefits. If you sign up, one of which is at a certain tiers you'll get a shout out on stream. So shout out to, and many of these people are in this game, or several are in this game anyway, but shout out to Aaron Robertson, CB Man, Gray, Gro Gunnarsson, Lewis Adams, Lynn Daniel, and Trevor Shillington. Thank you all very much for being patrons. I really appreciate it. Yeah. So, and the other thing I want to shout out is tomorrow I will be streaming Game 1 on the TPI channel, where it's a mega stream. They do that first Saturday of every month. I'll be streaming and playing in Game 1. That stream will be debuting the Flesh and Bone. It's like a living script where you can where you can like play scripts in a campaign setting. It's pretty cool. Kind of just as you when a character is executed, it gets eliminated, and then the next game some characters will change out based on the surveys you might have seen going around. Hard Claim does have its own if you're in the Hard Claim Discord. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited for that. We'll be kind of talking about, Nashville, who does it, will be on. Ed will be running the game. They'll be there to help kind of explain the concept and walk through it. And yeah, and they'll go through like a campaign throughout the day throughout the stream. Should be pretty cool. All right, well, let's get started with just good old base scripts. And with that living script thing, real quick, I will mention that we are starting our own campaign next week. We'll be doing all the entire campaign for the whole time. All right, Bad Moon Rising. What we got here? We do have a 15-player game, so pretty solid group right now. I'm thinking maybe... I'm kind of thinking between Puka and Shabaloth, maybe. Shabaloth, we don't do it too often, so maybe we'll do that. Let's do DA Assassin Mastermind. I'll give us 2 minions. We might do a Goon and... Hello and welcome. Goon. I'm thinking not Lunatic, but maybe, I don't know, Tinker or Moonchild. Let's do Tinker. I think Tinker is probably fine. And then we got our, good old townsfolk. Let's do a Courtier. Get us a Fool and a Tea Lady. The good old Gambler. Innkeeper. Grandmother. Do a Gossip. Pacifist. And... I think I want to avoid a Chambermaid because the blessing I'm going to have to give might be a little rough with a Shabaloth. Maybe. Professor, we can do Professor. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think I said, well, Blast will do... Maybe we'll do Chambermaid, Minstrel, Moonchild, something like that. I think I want to avoid Sailor as a buff just because I don't want to necessarily, at least right now, lock Evil into trying to like do a Sailor. Oh, I don't know. Maybe Sailor's fine. Yeah, let's do, oh, I forgot we have Exorcist too. Exorcist could be potentially okay. Let's go Exorcist. Oh, not. I'm trying to click bluffs. I don't need to click bluffs. Well, yeah, I don't. All right. Let's send these out. Bam. We got Ned is our Shabaloth, Nina is our assassin, Aaron's our mastermind, Jeremy's our DA. Let's do Exorcist, Minstrel, and Moonchild. Anything we need to do? We need a grandchild, and then the gossip and the pacifist will each be cannot die. Brody's grandchild. We're not going to do the cheap method and give Matthew. Cordier might be a strong choice. Yeah, let's show the Cordier as a grandchild. Excuse me. All right, and then that is all the setup we need to do. I think we're good to go. Make sure, okay. I want to take one of my pages. My mic is backwards where it shows it's up, but it is on. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I redid my Stream Deck. I redid a bunch of stuff the other day, and I think it looks like one of my buttons I didn't replace, so I can't mute myself if I need to. That is okay. Well, at least not easily. All right, anyway, let's get to it. All right, everybody. Good night. Good luck. Start out with our minions. Sure. Nina, Aaron, and Jeremy. These are your minions. This is the demon. Wake up our demon, say these are your minions, these characters are not in play. If you're watching on YouTube, which we are streaming on YouTube now, there might be issues with this stream. So sorry about that. On the plus side, if you can call it a plus side, nobody's actually watching on YouTube, but it is there. It's something new we're trying. Just kind of experimenting with it. Cool. Cordier, would you like to use your ability? And then DA, we can go ahead and have them make their choice. Cordier is holding on to it. Ned hasn't played in a little bit. He says, back in the fray. Jeremy's going to protect the Lewis, which is funny. It's going to look like a pacifist save if they try to go for it, which I wouldn't think they would, but you never know. Excuse me. Suddenly I feel like I need to clear my throat a ton. All right, well, that just leaves our grandmother. It's not like a... Oh my gosh, sorry.
All right, Brody, what's the over-under on the number of calls you're going to get tonight?
All right, sorry. Yeah, night 1 on BMR is not too bad to run through. The other nights are a little bit more lengthy. All right, this player is Lewis. Well, where is that? Cordier. There we go. Good roll to have, grandmother. You'll need some lucky kills first night. Yeah, maybe. Getting that tea lady out would be pretty great. There we go. All right, well, we should be good to go. Go ahead and getting a kill in the full would be nice too. And of course, I could always turn to Goon. That's probably mainly. I mean, the assassin can do it, but that's going to be mainly on the Shabaloth to do in this setup. All right, well, let's get to it. Good morning, town. Rise and shine, and welcome to 15-player Bad Moon Rising. All right, well, y'all know the drill. Give y'all about 5 minutes. Good luck. Have fun.
There we go. That's better.
What's happening?
Trust me. Let's do it.
Sure. I'm the pacifist.
Oh, I hate that. Gossip.
One of these days, there'll just be a flat reaction from you when I tell you my role. It'll just be like, yep, okay, you're that. Gotcha.
I love that.
Pacifist is like one of those roles in BMR where I'm like, it's like soldier and like TV for me. I'm like, okay.
I mean, not really. I mean, I would think if either you or I were going to be executed today, one of us we would live.
That's true. That's true.
As
Especially
opposed
you.
to soldier is like, I just didn't die at night.
Especially you, Robert, because you're probably DA protected, but you know.
I mean, I think we should try to kill you to prove me.
I don't think that would be a very good idea.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Okay, well, yeah, if I don't think you'd be my first pick for either of those, but you could be my second or third.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Later.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Good luck. Bye.
I'm probably gonna be a character wearing a hat. And yep. Exactly what I got.
Alrighty then.
You know, you gotta dress like your character, you know.
What character are you then?
Mastermind.
Oh, that's a hat? Okay. I guess sure. Why not? Why not? Why not? Okay. I'm Shab.
Oh, I literally put you as that.
Nina said the same thing. I was like, how did they know? Anyway, the bluffs are Exorcist, Minstrel, and Moonchild. I'm taking Exorcist, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I could okay. Ooh, that's a good question. I guess maybe Minstrel.
Yeah.
Minstrel. I don't know.
Yeah, good Minstrel, yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Alright. Excellent.
Thank you.
Put down some bluffs here.
Let's put a pin in it, but yeah, maybe.
Okay.
What, if anything, would you like to say about yourself?
I am giving out Tea Lady or Goon.
Tea Lady or Goon? Okay, awesome. I will give you Sailor or Pacifist.
Sailor or Gambler?
Okay. Well, I am either the sailor or the tinker.
Okay, I will say I have heard a hard tinker somewhere else.
I think people will claim that one reason or the other, whether they're
Yeah.
actually it or not.
That's
But-
true. It is a fun.
You know that.
Brody told me because I claimed Courtier to him, and then he's like, "Oh no." So I just want to let you know that I'm going to be claiming Courtier, if that's okay with you.
Wait, are you saying Lewis claim? Wait, who you said? You said
Matthew.
Matthew claimed Courtier.
No. Matthew said I just spoke with Brody and he hard claimed to me.
Yep.
And then I said okay, and I said I'm the Courtier, and then his face went, "Oh no, is Brody the Courtier?" So I'm not the Courtier.
Okay, so
but I am claiming Courtier. I just figured I'd let you know that.
okay, cool. Just as well, that affects me in no meaningful way. I'm the grandmother. I will not be telling you what I saw.
Perfect.
All right, excellent.
All right, thank you.
No problem. I just need a clarification with Sam real quick.
No problem. I'm jumping.
That is all.
Fantastic. It's great clarification.
Yeah.
God, okay. Well, I gotta think about that then.
I got Brody coming in.
You gave me fair warning. I'm just kind of.
Yeah. Shit, am I not supposed to be here?
No, you're fine. No, we're just sharing bluffs. It's okay. You can be here.
Cool.
What would my character be like? Let me think. Preacher, maybe?
Preacher.
Okay.
Ooh,
Sounds good.
that's not bad.
Sounds great.
All right.
Excellent.
All right, welcome back, town. Feel free to do things, but nominations are open. Robert.
I'd like to gossip it's a Zombool game.
Zombull game. Heard. Manny.
I'd like to gossip that there is no sailor in this game.
No sailor. All right, heard. Aaron.
I would like to gossip that between the DA, the Fool, and the Tea Lady, only one of those is in the game.
Okay, heard. Steve.
Yes, I would like to gossip that there are exactly 3 players currently in this circle who cannot be executed successfully today.
Okay, heard. Jeremy.
I would like to gossip that this is a Zombool game.
Zombull game. Heard. Lewis.
I would like to gossip that there is a lunatic in play who saw the Shabaloth token.
Okay, heard. Len. You're muted.
My bad. I will guess that there is a Shabaloth in play.
All right, heard. Blake.
She didn't gamble. She just guessed. So.
Gossip.
Yeah.
I will. I'll gossip that the demon is Jeremy, Matthew, or Omega.
All right, heard. Omega.
I'd like to gossip that exactly one of my neighbors can die.
Okay, heard. Jeremy.
I forgot to put my hand down, or put it back up.
All right. Brody.
Brody nominates Brody.
Brody nominates Brody. State your case.
So, I made a joke in the group chat earlier that I could not die on my birthday unless the nominator saying happy birthday. I will not be singing happy birthday to myself, so this will either kill me, or this is the funniest pacifist check of all time. I truthfully don't mind how you vote either way.
All right. Majority is 8.
favorite birthday present was to Matt R as the Colette's choosing him, and
And then followed by another game where he was the pithead
6.
again.
yeah.
It's not enough. It's true, Brody cannot be executed.
Jeremy will nominate Matt R.
Jeremy nominates Matt R. State your case.
Maybe science. Maybe Matt R just has that look in his eye.
Matt R.
I'm not sure what look you're referring to, but I am good.
That look right there.
Don't kill me.
All right, majority still 8. Six is still not enough. Also a good start.
Lewis nominates Jeremy.
Lewis nominates Jeremy. State your case.
Just on the off chance that the real gossip hasn't gossiped yet because they want to gather information from the nominations and fabricate some town crier information.
All right, Jeremy.
I would like not to die.
Majority still 8.
No, I got to vote on that. Just on sheer principle.
That's fair.
I mean, that's when my hand went up, but
I'm voting out of spite.
4 is less than 8, and it's still not enough.
I like that. I like voting out of spite.
I was hoping Nina wouldn't have Matt R.
Town taxi.
Steve nominates Nina. State your case.
My case is I want us to get exactly 7 votes on this.
Nina.
No, don't kill me.
All right. Well, 7 would not kill you, but 8 would. Here we go.
I know, but
I did my part.
wow. Okay.
7 is enough to match what Steve wanted, but not enough to execute.
I was so tempted to put a late hand up just to be like, Manny, what'd you do?
Yeah, you asked and we gave.
Last call.
We're gonna get exactly 7 votes. I'm joking.
Last call for nominations.
Blake will nominate Matthew.
Blake nominates Matthew. State your case.
I don't know anything about Matthew. I just talked to somebody who said Matthew came across pretty sus. So I'm not sure if Matthew, can help us feel not sus about him.
Matthew.
I have hard claim to 2 people, but not the person who it seems sus to. I gave my hard claim to 2 people, and I gave 3s to others.
All right. Jordy is still 8.
Was I one of the 2 people, Matthew?
Yes.
Nice.
Shockingly.
And for the record, I didn't think you were sus. So.
Yeah.
3 is not enough. Still nobody about to die. Robert.
I nominate Blake.
Robert nominates Blake. State your case.
It's getting really late, and we really should execute someone. So, I would posit that person should be Blake.
Blake.
Yeah, it really should not be me. It is getting late. So I'm not surprised some hands are going up. I am a useful role. Townfolk role.
All right. Majority still 8.
That's
I
not
think
what
this
you
is
told me, Blake.
this is BMR.
Yeah, because you said you're either gonna give me a role or
and we're
a
not
lie. So why would I?
It's fine.
I
Give me
mean,
something
we
to
learned
look at.
things by nominating countless people and not executing any of them.
6 is
Yeah, but
not
there's-
enough.
I mean, Robert, there was.
Omega.
Mega nominates Robert.
Omega nominates Robert. State your case.
It's getting really late in the game, and we should probably execute someone. So I just chose Robert.
Robert.
May have mistimed that one, but I'm fine with this. We should, in fact, execute someone.
You know the number. It's 8.
I'm not your marionette, am I, Robert?
You're always my marionette, Lewis.
I think you should get a button with that on and give it to Lewis.
Lewis, I just always have the visitor
8
token on.
is finally enough. Robert's about to die.
Nominate Omega.
Manny's, I think, been trying to say something for a little bit, if you wanted to.
I'd like to nominate Lynn.
Manny nominates Lynn. State your case.
Good pacifist target.
Lynn?
I think we should let this on Robert phase out.
All right. 8 to tie, 9 to execute. Four is not enough. Jen?
Jen will nominate Omega.
Jen nominates Omega. Has Omega been nominated?
No.
Nope. Okay. There's been so many. State your case.
For raising your hand faster than I could to make that joke.
Omega.
I'm a really bad pacifist save, so don't put me on the block, please.
8 to tie, 9 to execute. Two is not enough. I'm going to go ahead and count from 5. So I'm guessing this won't be beat. 2, 1. Robert has been executed, but does not die. Good night, everybody. All right. Yeah, this is just a good old normal BMR. We're doing nothing but base scripts tonight. We do base scripts every other week. So yeah, so this is good old
Well,
BMR.
we can't, that's how we find out information in BMR, right? So.
Shit, I'm the flower girl. I forgot to track everyone's vote.
I'm pretty sure everyone voted.
I didn't vote, except for the times I did, if that helps.
Wake up all the people.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I mean, in retrospect, we should have just gone for that Brody thing.
I absolutely would have saved Brody
The
there
thing
with
is,
the pacifist.
nobody's saying Robert happy birthday, so how
Wait.
All right. I'll go ahead and mute the back. So Matthew is innkeepers choosing Brody and Robert. We are definitely, I think, going to drunk Robert, so he won't be able to pacifist save anybody. The courtier is drunken and devil's advocate, so that is a hit. So this is drunk 1 for Jeremy. And then no ability. All right. Then the gambler hasn't gone yet. We can go and check Jeremy. Jeremy's going to try to protect Nina. That won't actually work. We'll put the token down since you can't choose the same player 2 times in a row. Put it upside down. That shows that it's drunk and doesn't work. We are still waiting for Matt R. I think we can go ahead and just wake up Ned just to have him getting this pick. But we'll wait. Before we look at what he picks, we'll wait to... that courtier target makes a pacifist look sus. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll go and wake up Ned. Make a choice. We'll try to poke Madar again. See what's happening there. I muted him, but nobody's talking. All right. Well, I'm not sure what's happened to Madar. I guess we can still go and... it doesn't hurt to look at what the demon's doing first. Demon's picking Omega and Lynn. Both good. Lynn especially is a good target. Oh, here we go. Of course, Omega will obviously think that he's probably killed himself. Madar chose Omega as a Tinker, so this is, in Madar's world, probably going to confirm Omega. We'll see if Nina wants to use her ability. We'll see if Jen wants to use the ability. He presumably will not, but we kind of had to ask anyway, technically. Nina's holding on to it, makes sense. The Gossip doesn't get a kill because he didn't gossip anything that was true, although they might kind of question it with the 2 kills. Omega, Lynn, yep, they're dead. Omega's dead. Grandmother's still alive. These players can now die. So Jen, who's a professor, asked, "You would announce that they die and come back if I chose correctly, right?" And so my answer is, if they went to bed alive and woke up alive, nothing would be announced. Yeah, so if he hypothetically picked Lynn, who is now dead, she would come back to life, but I would not announce anything if he happened to pick her right now. Not that he would know to pick her, but yeah. Yeah, if he can survive tonight, it would be it'd be a good one to resurrect or regurgitate. Jin said, "I will only shoot blindly once, and if it is invalid, I will stop if that is allowed." Sure. Why not? It's not explicitly illegal. Whatever. Well, that's our decision at the moment. He can blindly shoot, and if it misses, and it's a no. He picked Lynn. Okay, well, Lynn is alive and will not be announced as such. I mean, that's not strictly how it necessarily has to work. It's just not really covered.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing. There's definitely a world where ST. I wouldn't, say. There might be another game where I'd be like, no, you shouldn't make a pick if you don't know that you can pick anybody. So, it's whatever.
That's what Bull would say.
It's fine. I'm not too worried about it. Good morning, town. Omega died in the night. There are 14 players alive. Give you about 4 minutes.
Oh, that's a Poe charge if I've ever seen one.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's just
you could be right about the pro charge thing. Yeah. Okay. Well, I know what you are. Cool.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that reminder. Probably would have remembered anyway. But yeah, these reminders should go back down. Cannot die. Yeah, that is a thing again.
I can give you 2 if you want.
Okay. Or you can give me a false one.
Oh, you want me to give you like a false 2 or like a false?
False 1.
A false
Tell me
1?
one
Okay.
character that you're not.
A false hard claim.
Yep.
Okay, I will give you the pacifist. I am not the pacifist.
Okay,
I am the pacifist, sir.
I will tell you that I am the sailor.
Awesome. Sounds.
I'll probably just go with. Thinking about going with chambermaid, but we'll see. I'm sure that's out there.
Why not?
Matthew is the innkeeper. So.
Oh, gotcha. That'll help. Thanks.
Yep. What is Aaron?
Mastermind.
Perfect. Thank you.
I was wondering. I thought, this is devious. I was thinking, it's like, why don't I just kill myself early in the game so that the odds of him actually killing? I bet it won't work. I'm sure.
It will not. No.
Yeah.
No.
No. It wouldn't.
We can vote you out today and try and then
If it's
Don't believe I did. No.
Okay. All right. Cool. Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Len. Ooh, oh, it's good spicy. Okay.
It was weird.
Yeah. That's fair. That's a fair interaction to be.
But I
suspicious
like
of.
yours too.
that's fair. I'm just the professor. I have to follow up with Sam about something a little bit later, but I blindly chose last night, and I have to find out if that affected anything, but I don't know if it did. I'm fine to die. We can test it on me and see what happens. I don't think I get saved though.
I think I already did, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll probably get another save, but I think it would probably be on like a courtier or a minstrel or an innkeeper or an exorcist, something like that.
Gotcha.
As opposed to like a once per game roll.
Gotcha.
There's got to be some sort of balance there, but I'm fine like being tested at any
Okay.
point.
All right. Later.
Yep. Thanks. So, quick question. That was what I was trying to find out, but I knew you were trying to run fast. Would I have been told that was an invalid choice if it was?
Yeah. If that was an invalid choice, I would have said no and asked you to choose again, or to redecide or whatever. In other games, I might decide that I would say no, you shouldn't choose somebody that you don't think is a valid choice. It could go either way, but if you picked and it was an invalid choice, I would have told you no.
Okay, so that was a valid choice.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Cool.
The one exception I would say is if you were drunk or poisoned, then I could kind of do whatever.
Okay, fair enough.
So take that however you will.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, I wanted to throw that out there because if you're drunk or poisoned, I could be like, oh yeah, that was totally a valid choice. Wink.
I'm either the minstrel or the innkeeper.
Innkeeper? Okay. Do you think maybe you stop me?
No.
Okay.
All right, welcome back town. Nominations are open.
Oh, that's funny.
Blake.
Blake will gossip that the demon is Manny or Madar.
Okay. Heard. Everybody put their hand up. Lewis.
I would like to gossip that the demon isn't Manny or Madar.
Heard. Jen.
Jen will gossip that the professor picked the goon last night.
All right. Heard. Lynn.
I will gossip that there is a DA in play.
DA in play. Heard. Steve.
Yes, I would like to gossip that at this point in time, there are still only exactly 3 players who cannot die by execution.
Okay. Heard. Manny.
I forgot what I was going to gossip. Come back to me.
Heard. Jeremy.
I will gossip that the death last night didn't have anything to do with any of the demons.
Okay. Heard. Aaron.
I will gossip that the outsiders in the game are not sitting next to minions.
Okay. Heard. Robert.
I would like to gossip that there was not a po-charge last night.
No po-charge. Heard. Manny, have we figured it out?
Yeah. I like to gossip that Evil had no hand in the deaths last night.
Okay. Heard.
Can I amend my gossip to evil have no hands?
Sure, why not? Brody.
They're shockingly easy to spot.
Brody.
Brody will nominate Nina.
Brody nominates Nina. State your case.
So, based on info I learned yesterday, I can clear a few people. Based on gossips today, a few people will potentially be cleared tomorrow. Nina is in a short list of people who are not cleared as not being the demon, and nobody gave a gossip that could exonerate her.
Nina.
I'm not evil. I don't have any information yet, so.
Do we still want 7 on this?
Oh, yeah.
Majority is 7.
My choice. Sure.
Also, nobody really talked to me today, so.
7 is enough.
I did.
Nina
when
is
you
about to
pinged me
die.
yesterday, I got a very inconveniently timed phone call, so I'm sorry about that.
It's alright.
Jen.
Jen will nominate Brody.
Jen nominates Brody. State your case.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brody. Let's kill you today.
Brody, your defense.
I am now mechanically able to die.
All right. 7 to tie, 8 to execute.
Should we just keep it on Nina, though?
I think this is better.
Yeah. Well, I don't want it
do
to
like
tie.
6 votes, so it doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah, let's avoid a tie here. Well, we.
I
It
mean,
might tie still.
Jen
5.
sang.
Not enough.
And there's a possibility of someone having to sing again. I mean,
Yeah.
let's
You
just
gotta take
go
them when
right.
you can get them.
Any more nominations?
For the record, if there's a devil's advocate, they have the chance to do the absolute funniest thing with me if someone sings.
All right. Gonna count from 10.
For those that don't know, I was the Tinker, so.
5,
Oh.
2, 1. Nina has been executed and dies. The game continues. Good night.
You said.
Death Pals.
I,
Pals.
Jeremy's gonna be confused,
supposed to
but
play Moonchild, but I'm gonna play Moonchild and choose Steve.
okay. Nina has claimed Moonchild and chooses Steve. Heard. Thank you.
Outsider Death Pals.
Nina, you told me that's the one role you weren't.
I know. It's hilarious, isn't it?
So, known that ahead of time.
Interesting.
Maybe I'm the one role I told you I wasn't. No, I can't be, actually.
I was gonna say that was claimed elsewhere.
Your innkeeper. We don't wake up our courtier anymore. It is now drunk 2.
Just so you know, Nina, I am exactly what I told you I was.
Do our gambler. Do our drunk devil's advocate. Alright, innkeeper is picking. Well, gotta pick more than Brody. There we go. Brody and Jen. Fair enough. I mean, it doesn't really matter who we drunk there because yeah, it doesn't change anything. Madar picking Robert as pacifist. Yep. Good to go. I was waiting for Jeremy, but we can go ahead and wake up Ned. Jeremy says, not that he picked Ned, but not that it matters. I feel like I'm drinking with a courtier. Yep. 'Tis true. Oh, sorry. So BW said, I missed asked the question regarding Professor. So what he asked was, so he, as far as he knew, everybody was alive when he picked the one to use his ability. He asked if he could pick a player, and then if it was like an invalid choice, which is the case if they're alive. He said he would just stop. I let him make a choice. It'd be within my discretion to say no. He couldn't have chose anybody that he thought or that didn't know was dead. But I decided to let it through. He did end up picking Lynn, who was dead, even though he didn't know she was dead. So I let that through. My guess is he knew that Lynn was the tea lady or suspected she was the tea lady. And, I mean, the demon also got the tea lady. So that's what I think was going on there. Next, picking Matthew and Steve. Okay, so... that works. Matthew will die. And we could, in theory, have resurrected Omega. We aren't, because I think that's a little too strong. Let's check out the cameras. Hello, what's up?
I'm just confirming for my peace of mind. I did pick Nina last night, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Thanks.
No problem. Yep. Yeah, he knows what's up. Hypothetically, if he's poisoned and chose someone who's still alive, would you have possibly used his ability? Yeah, I would say that is... I could lie to him and say that in fact was a valid choice. Yeah. And that's what I told him. I kind of threw in that. He didn't ask about that, but I threw in that caveat just to give him a little bit of doubt. But yeah. Okay, Steve doesn't die, but his ability is used up. We'll put the token down because in theory he could get resurrected or regurgitated by a Shabloth if he were to get executed. We wouldn't, I don't think, but yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, we didn't get an assassin ability. Professor's used up. Gossip will not go off. Grandmother's not going to go off. Yeah, so we might look at regurgitating Matthew tomorrow. It's probably what we'll kind of end up doing. So we can take off these 2 tokens. Yeah. All right, I think we're good to go. Good morning, town. Matthew died in the night. There are 12 players alive. Give you about 3 minutes.
Oh, wow. Still...
That's a funny one, actually.
It's weird.
Okay, it might not be Poe.
Maybe they hit a goon. Hit Matthew, then a goon, and they're drunk.
Oh, that was fun.
It wasn't Moonchild.
Right.
What are you?
I'm the fool.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Or the sailor, which is what Nina claimed to me.
Yes, she claimed the same to me.
Yeah.
I'm pacifist. I don't think it's a problem for people to know that.
Yeah. I put the pacifist token on you, but then I put the DA reminder token next to it. So I just... I mean, come on, I got to cover my bases to remind myself,
Yeah. That's cool. All right. Cool.
All right, cool.
Wait.
I am.
You okay?
Yeah,
I'm
I might
gonna
be.
I'm gonna hard claim to you, but
All right. Yeah. Well, okay. How about I'll hear your hard claim and then I'll give you a hard claim back.
I'm
And
the
whether or not
sailor.
it's true, you're the sailor. Ooh, nice. Been drinking much?
I've drank with some people. I've drank with someone in this very room.
Someone, Sam?
Nope, that's it.
Oh, you drank with me last night, did you?
Not last night, but I
Okay.
have drank with you at some point.
Which night? Because that's very important, actually.
Night number 1.
Okay, that's fine. No worries.
All right.
That's fine.
What are you?
I am the pacifist. So, if you drank with me night 1, Robert's survival, could have been in question.
Well, to choose Omega.
Right. It didn't make sense. So I don't know.
Okay.
So maybe he's just doing a thing, but
It could be.
What are you?
I'm sticking with Goon or Tea Lady, and I'm suspicious of Nina either way.
Are both good, and maybe there's no deaths that way too.
Just to clarify one more time, Sam, I think I already had the answer to this, but I just want to make sure. If a professor were to res somebody who was alive during the previous day cycle, and they did die that night, they would be announced as dying and then coming back to life, correct?
If I understand the question correctly, a player who went to bed alive and then woke up alive, even if somehow they like died and then came back to life, would not be announced as anything different.
Okay. Well, all right. Never mind then. So then it could be either world. There's 3 worlds there. I'm willing to dial in, but that's what I did.
Okay. Well,
Jen is doing that I don't understand.
Okay.
And I think Nina was probably evil. I trust Steve over Nina.
Okay, do you want...
Okay. Yeah, so wait, you're saying Jeremy is the grandchild?
No, he's not the grandchild.
Oh, okay, good.
I know who the grandchild is,
Yeah.
but I'm just not. I'm not saying because I know all the roles.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Thanks.
Don't know what they are.
I don't know if he's lying, but I don't think.
All right, well, welcome back. Nominations are open. Blake.
I'll gossip that the demon is Manny or Steve.
Manny or Steve. Heard. Robert.
I will gossip that the demon is Blake or Brody.
Blake or Brody. Heard. Lynn.
I will say that Manny or Steve is the DA.
Okay. Heard. Steve.
I would like to gossip that now there are only exactly 2 people who cannot be executed and die today.
All right. Heard. Jeremy.
I'd like to nominate Robert.
Jeremy nominates for Robert. State your case.
I had some conversations today that make it sound weird that Robert potentially didn't die the first day, so I think testing this would be a good idea.
Robert.
The pacifist, I didn't die the first day due to my own ability, is my belief. If you want to test that, I doubt I will survive execution for the same reason, but whatevs.
All right. Majority is 6. Six is enough. Robert's about to die.
Can I ask though, if you think he was DA protected, we killed Nina. Yes. Why wouldn't he have survived? I'm not understanding it. So he's claiming pacifist, but if you think he survived because of DA, we killed Nina yesterday, so he could just be protected again today.
Well, I don't actually think he's the pacifist, so.
Yeah.
There is allegedly.
Then
I don't know how I trust.
Brody will nominate Brody.
All right. Brody nominates Brody. State your case.
I'm the
We'll catch up
courtier.
tomorrow, Blake.
I chose after Robert survived execution. I chose DA. If I have my understanding right, the only way for Robert to survive would be for him to actually be the pacifist. So I just wanted to clear that one up. Also, I didn't sing happy birthday to myself. Mechanically, I cannot die today.
All right. 6 a tie, 7 execute.
Yeah, I think that's what Lewis was trying to say. There's a Cortata drink with DA, so.
Yeah, but it was after Robert was tried to be executed, and there's a possibility that that the pacifist was drunk. Day 1.
Possible.
3 is not
I've been
enough.
gambled as well. but,
Yeah, that too.
Jen.
I have a fun story. I'm not gonna say who the player is, but I'm the professor, and I blindly chose somebody, and I was not told that they were an invalid choice, so they were supposed to die. that was immediately the first night that I could use it. So everyone was still alive because we tried to go for Robert. So if you want to kill me to make sure that is definitely something that happened, it did. I will reveal the information of who it was later. But there's only a couple ways that can happen. They either were supposed to die. I was Sailor picked. I was Innkeeper picked, or I picked the Goo.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I only picked you last night, Jen, so it wouldn't have worked though.
All right. I count from 10.
I'll nominate Aaron.
Matt R nominates Aaron. State your case.
I haven't spoken to Aaron, but he put a late hand up to put Robert on the block. I think Robert's kind of proved good here as the pacifist.
I agree.
So I don't think we should be killing Robert. I think we should either tie it or kill somebody else. Not necessarily Aaron, just somebody.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'd only put it up because I wasn't sure if we were trying to test it or not. So if we want to tie or do anything with that, we can. Yeah.
All right. So 6 to tie, 7 to execute.
I won't let it die.
Oh.
Interesting.
7 is enough. Robert's safe for today. Aaron's about to die. Any more nominations?
Brody put up 7. I was gonna let it be 8 just in case we want to overturn it. So.
Nina, who did you Moonchild pick?
Steve.
E.
He's claiming a role that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you
All
claim Moonchild though.
I did. But
Yeah.
there's a reason why he might not die when I pick him.
Count from 10. 5.
I don't mind getting that world out of the way if that's what we need to do, but
Aaron has been executed and dies. The game continues. Good night. All right. Just a matter when they targeted. Yeah, it's it's. I don't know if it's looking great.
Taken out 'cause I wasn't sure.
Do you think I will regurgitate Matthew today?
Minstrel or not yet?
You're claiming Minstrel?
Yes.
And that'll be our Shabaloth regurgitation.
Who's claiming Minstrel?
I can't mechanically prove any of what I just said, but I had to say it because it's BMR and I love that it happened.
Right.
All right.
Who's claiming Minstrel?
Me.
Aaron.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why we had that conversation the first day.
If
Yeah,
I
you're
raise to
quiet.
do the Shab,
Oh shoot! That's why we had that
easy to
conversation.
my ability
first
for the day.
Omega.
Fair.
So Nina's asking if she gets regurgitated by the assassin. I mean, by the Shabaloth, if she gets to use her ability, which she would on the same night. Should we regurgitate Matthew? I guess it will end the game sooner, so that's good. Maybe not. We could kind of fudge. Maybe we should let Evil regurgitate Nina. If that's the plan. You're supposed to do the regurgitation before you get the Demon's Choice, but maybe we.
So y'all really thought I was DA protected on day one?
Maybe
just
we
conveniently waited
fudge it a
till
little bit
the
and kind of see what they're going to do first.
I don't think you were DA protected.
And this will be the last night of Courtier Drunkenness. So yeah, we'll see what Ned does first, and we'll kind of decide from there. Because if he's going to try to regurgitate Nina, I think we should probably help Evil out for that. Madar is picking Jin as a professor. It's another good good gamble. Jeremy's checked himself, which again right now does nothing. We also haven't had a pacifist save, so I will do a pacifist save if it comes down to it. Probably, maybe not, but maybe not. Maybe we don't really need to this game. Maybe I shouldn't do it just for the sake of doing it. Normally I would, but I don't know. we'll see how it goes. So we're gonna wait for Ned's choice, and we'll see if we'll. Because I do feel like we probably should regurgitate, but okay, Lynn and Lewis. Okay. Should we regurgitate Matthew? I guess. Oh yeah, yours. Yeah. So I think we regurgitate Matthew. I mean, not Matthew. Lynn and Lewis be dead. That means Brody's also dead. We'll put our innkeeper token back down. Remind us. So Blake still hasn't done an accurate gossip. Grandmother's dead. All right. Well, I think we're good, right? So that is oh, I need to actually put down the tokens. Yeah. Oh, and that also so this is important. So Jeremy's no longer courtier drunk, but he was drunk when he did his choice, so he still will not be saved from execution himself. That's important to know. All right, cool. Good morning, town. Brody died in the night. Lewis died in the night. Lynn died in the night. Matthew is alive.
Shabalov.
There are 9 players alive. Give y'all about 3 minutes.
Oh.
So it must have actually
The delayed professor.
I'll just clear my
Yeah.
Listen to
I'm
Brody.
the grandmother. Lewis was my grandchild.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then that would explain that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's those two.
cool.
So, okay, Lynn's dead though, so that kind of throws a bit of a wrench in.
Was Lynn the gambler?
No.
Okay.
So I'll just tell you because, like, if you both died and were there 3 deaths last night and one?
There were
regurgitation?
there were 3 deaths.
Okay.
So my guess was the Shabalov picked Lynn and me, and Brody just died because. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. So
survived execution.
Because Robert's pacifist, so Robert could have his own ability go off. It doesn't prove you in any way.
I guess. I'm the gossip, so
Oh, you
I'm
are
just
the
trying to demon hunt, obviously.
I think Jen might be evil. I don't know. You gave me some like cockbull story about using a professor ability.
I don't know if he's gonna come out and claim that he's the reason for the resurrection, or I don't know what just happened. So
blind Joseph.
That's
So,
hilarious.
yeah, brilliant. Okay.
Oh, I also did Robert and Omega.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
they're good. Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. Later.
Jen's claim seems too weird. I think he's probably good. I don't know what Matt was claiming.
Yeah.
I drank with Lewis, Aaron, and then Brody, and then Blake last night.
Aaron, Brody, and then Blake.
Because
Did you drink with Aaron the day that Nina died?
I drank with Aaron night 2.
And then we killed Nina, right?
We killed Nina that day.
Yeah.
So if Aaron, so Nina could be a minion.
Yeah.
Minstrel was drunk. Yep. Okay. Okay.
Gotcha. So that's what you were.
Yeah, so I chose to use it night 2. I was always going to pick a minion just because 75% chance of
For
hitting.
sure.
And DA just seemed like a good choice just because of the surviving. You survived
Makes
the
sense.
execution, but yeah, I was probably going to pick DA anyway.
If not, then I would say I have not gossiped the demon.
I think like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Jen. Why you would do that for? Like, it just seems weird. I would go after Manny.
I agree. All right, thanks.
Thanks.
All right, welcome back, Brody. Go ahead.
If someone nominates Blake, I have a strong accusation.
I'll be right back.
I nominate Blake.
Robert does nominate Blake. I do want to also remind people that they don't have to wait till nominations to talk about why people should be executed, and it saves time when you talk about it ahead of time. With that said, Robert, what's your accusation?
I'm passing it to Brody. I hear it might be strong.
I'm Brody.
If Blake is the gossip, I straight up don't believe it. I've been paying attention to his gossips, and I think the demon would have to not exist for Blake to actually be the gossip. I think it's just more likely that Blake is either with or working for the Shabala. It is or is working with the Shabala.
All right, Blake, do you have a strong defense?
Yeah, I'm not working with anybody. We do this a lot, Brody. I told you the truth, and then you don't trust me and try to get me killed. I am good. As I said the first day, I am somewhat helpful of a role. You have to recalculate your world. I mean, you can kill me. It's fine, but you're going to have to recalculate your world, Brody.
Like, there's a better kill.
Steve might be the better kill today.
I think Manny is.
The majority is 5. Three is not enough.
Jeremy will nominate Steve.
Jeremy nominates Steve. State your case.
If Aaron's the minstrel, there's a good chance that Aaron was drunk on day 2. And when Nina died, if Nina's evil and a minion, she did pick Steve, and this world probably needs to be cleared.
All right, Steve.
If you guys feel like you're doing it, but I do believe there's other worlds that can be out there. I do believe Nina was the Moonchild who chose me and spent one of my lives. So we can go ahead and kill me.
All right. Majority is 5.
I think we vote on Manny.
I think Manny's kind of confirmed.
Confirmed by what?
Yeah,
I'd like to hear how Manny's confirmed.
By
Well,
5 is enough.
I only left rose my vote.
Would be the
Only
third
left 'cause
one,
I thought you
then?
saying to
Oh, no.
vote on this.
I picked him, and the demon still killed.
All right, Steve, go ahead.
Manny, is that what you said, Ned?
Yeah. What? Oh, I picked what? No, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Did you say you picked Manny?
Yes, I did.
Do gossips end when nominations start?
Gossips are allowed all day as long as everybody's around to hear it.
Blake will gossip that the demon is Ned.
Blake gossips that Ned is the demon. Heard. Lewis.
I just wanted to ask Ned, because you claimed to me like early on the first day.
Yeah.
Have you been very open with that claim throughout the game?
I've hard claimed to one other person outright. Yeah.
Okay.
I tried the picks. Manny was night 2, Lynn was night 3, Madar was night 4. That leaves Jens, Blake, or Jeremy. So I voted for Blake because he was on the list. I did not vote for Manny because I confirmed he.
Any more nominations? Jen, go ahead.
Jen will nominate Jeremy.
Jen nominates Jeremy. State your case.
Ned's info says that Jeremy is not clear. Jeremy seems to think that Steve is the demon, despite 5 people voting on it, and it seeming like all evil is still alive. I think Jeremy might be evil here.
All right, Jeremy.
Yeah, I forgot Omega had claimed Tinker. So the only 2 outsiders I had were Goon and the Moonchild. So I thought Manny was kind of confirmed there, but Nina could be lying about Moonchild and Manny's still fine, or Nina's telling the truth and Manny is evil. So either way, I'm fine with killing Manny. You can. This is probably fine. You can test this if you want.
All right. 5 to tie, 6 to execute.
Godfather does exist. There can be.
Yeah, but then we would have. Did we have an extra kill when Nina died?
Well,
If
After
Nina's
Nina died, Matthew died.
Good.
Matthew
I
got
would say-
resurrected.
2's not enough.
People don't trust me, but unfortunately, Nina's my least trusted outsider of the outsider claims.
That's
Fair.
also where I'm at with Nina,
Yeah.
and why I think
Mm-hmm.
clearing Steve here would be
Which
interesting.
would mean that it still isn't the worst thing in the world to kill you, Manny, because either it's not a Godfather game or
Gonna-
it's Godfather -1 and you're lying.
Count from 10.
I just think if Steve survives here, we learn.
5.
Punch,
We will
and if
nominate
Steve
Matthew.
dies-
Steve nominates Matthew. State your case.
Matthew got resurrected. Supposedly, the professor had already used their ability. So why would the Shabaloth want Matthew to come back?
All right. Matthew.
This feels goddamn weird.
Steve's a
Of all
demon.
people to come after me, the person who just got resurrected and is probably gonna get targeted again tonight.
Perfectly fine if we want to leave it on me. I just figured I'd make sure I got that world out there.
You know what? I buy it.
All right. 5 to tie, 6 to execute.
Ned, who'd you pick after Nina died?
What?
Who'd you pick after Nina died?
Nina died first night? No, second night.
Day
Lynn.
two?
It was Lynn.
Second day.
Yeah. Manny was second day.
0
after-
votes.
It was night 2, and then
Not
Nina was
enough.
night 3.
I will count from 10.
It'd be really fun if you chose me next because I'm
5.
the natural frame as the professor. Because
Yeah.
then they have to sync it, and then we maybe get reses from that. So that'll be real fun.
Steve has been executed and dies. The game continues. Good night.
Ned, if you don't trust me and think I'm the demon, shouldn't you pick me?
I mean, if I'm Ned, I wouldn't kill Blake. I would let the kill go through, and I would just sync one of my own kills.
The only way
That's what.
there.
I'm gonna mute Texas. Everybody's pretty chatty. I mean, that's what I would do. But all right, Innkeeper, make a choice. Gambler, make a choice, and DA can finally make a sober choice. All right, so sorry, I'm kind of jumping through some of my different windows right now. All right, Innkeeper. Oh, we're still waiting for Innkeeper. So I do like to wait for the Innkeeper before I start checking the other stuff, just to see what's happening. All right, Innkeeper choosing Manny and Robert. So that does make Matthew drunk from the goon, and Manny won't be able to be turned. Gambler choosing Ned as the exorcist. Unfortunately, that is a kill. If we're lucky, Ned will. I don't know what Ned can do. Ned will have to sink at least one of his kills. This might go bad. But Jimmy's picking Blake. I like that. So Blake will survive execution. Now we'll get Ned. I don't know. We'll see what happens. He might kill Blake. Gossip much weaker in this script compared to others. I mean, Gossip can solve. I mean, even right now, Blake should have a pretty good idea of who's demon. That's probably why he picked Ned, because so many other people cleared between his gossips and everything else going on. Nina and Aaron. Oh, that's good. That was really good that he sunk both kills. I am unlikely to try to regurgitate either, probably. But I don't know. We can kind of see what happens. It can be hard to know if it's true or not, but I mean, there are ways. I mean, like, they know it. They pretty much know it's a Shabaloth game, and most of the kills can, be traced to a Shabaloth. For the most part. I mean, it's not perfect, but you can build worlds around it. All right. So Gambler said, now we need a gossip kill. I think it's probably fair to kill Matthew with the gossip kill. I mean, he's not a demon. Everybody expects him to get killed anyway. 2 deaths is going to make it look like a Shabaloth kill. So Blake has a good chance to think that he didn't get a true gossip. I think I'm pretty happy with that decision. And if they try to execute Blake today, he'll survive, and that'll probably put some sus on him. I love it. All right. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So this particular, I say all that. So this particular setup is going to be hard to know whether the gossip went off. That's true. But there's a world they can figure it out. All right. Now they might still go after Ned today. If that happens, it is what it is. But yeah, this is evening out a bit more. Good morning, town. Matthew died in the night, and Matt R died in the night. 6 players alive. Give you about 2 minutes.
Interesting.
Let's talk.
I tried to go for 2 people who I thought were evil.
What is Jeremy? Do we just kill Jeremy? Like, what is
Jeremy's
he?
Jeremy's claiming Sailor. I don't think he. I think he's the A at worst.
I think it's worth going after Jeremy.
Yeah.
Like,
Good.
We're good.
So, what do you think is going on? I'm looking at Robert, and I don't know that I trust the pacifist.
I really don't know what's going on. I have absolutely no information. So,
good old BMR.
I mean, there's too many people claiming outsiders if we don't think it's a...
Lewis, and then Aaron, and then Brody, and then Blake, and then I drank with Blake again.
So you drank with Blake last night?
Yes.
I think we should test you.
That's fine. I'd rather kill Blake, but that's fine. I think
I
Blake
wanted to
is a
kill
demon
Blake
candidate.
pretty early because Lynn was.
Yeah. I mean, I think Blake's the next off the board, in my opinion. Any chance we have?
Sorry, I gotta take a call.
Yeah, go for it. All right, I'll leave it to it.
Right.
Yeah, it's 2 choices, but
I wonder if Matthew chose either myself or Robert. If that's the case, then yeah, you probably did die. But Matthew's claiming to have picked people he thought were evil.
Interesting. I mean, he knew what I was, so I told him not to pick me.
Yeah.
So I knew he was going to pick me, but
I'm likely drunk, which is fine, because I think Blake's evil. So then I think we're wasting one of the 2 demon kills because we're at 6. But that
I think Ned's the kill today.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
Here, just quickly, I'm going to share this with the town. Matt R gambled Ned as the exorcist and died. I gossip Ned as the demon. Matthew died. Ned is claiming outed exorcist who wasn't targeted last night. I think it's possible it's just a Poe charge and he's the demon.
It's going to be a Shab, right? If Matthew was resurrected?
Or whatever. He could be Shab, but I think it's
Yeah.
Ned. All right.
Okay, later.
Yeah, sorry. We got gong. Sorry, Ned.
That's all right.
All right, welcome back, town. Nominations are open. Lewis, go ahead.
I just wanted to point out, in case this wasn't obvious, those of us who stayed in town were sort of discussing who we thought was evil, and from what I'm looking at, likely evil team has 4 living players out of the 6 alive. So we need to do something about that.
I agree.
All right, Jeremy.
I don't think that's the case at all. I think we have 2, maybe 3 living evils alive, and I think the kills are between Blake and Ned. I'd probably like to kill Blake first.
No.
And then
Absolutely not.
No.
Okay. No.
Well, here's the thing. Ned is an outed exorcist who was not killed last night. I gossip
Agreed.
Ned. I gossip Ned as the demon. Matthew died. I don't. There's other dead players who may have information. I don't want to.
Yeah, I gambled Ned as the exorcist and I died. Obviously, it could have been a demon kill, but I've cleared Robert and Jen, so we should leave them alone.
And me. You're all saying it's a shame.
Oh, and Omega, but Omega's dead.
Well,
yeah,
it's a shab game. I do think Blake and Ned are both evil.
And I just threw Ned under the bus.
Jeremy, your social reads.
I think Jeremy. I think Jeremy's the DA at worst. If I'm completely.
I think we have to go for Ned here.
I think that's go for Manny here because Jeremy's deflecting off of Manny.
Blake will nominate Ned.
All right, Blake nominates Ned. State your case.
I mean, all the reasons I just stated. I mean, outed exorcist not killed. Gambles as an exorcist, the gambler died. Gossip, there was a kill that could have been a gossip kill, and I'm just not buying it.
All right, Ned.
Well, I'm not buying the gossip thing because A, you gossip me as the demon, and 2 people still died, but everyone is claiming it's a Shabloth, so that's hard to explain. But if you have to kill me, then I get it. Clear the world. That's all you have to do. Fine.
All right, majority is 3.
Who did you pick last night, Ned?
I picked Jen.
Are we gonna get dead votes on this? Probably not. Like,
Manny's probably evil. Yeah, you guys, we just missed it.
3 is enough. That's about the
Manny
die.
nominates Blake.
Manny nominates Blake. State your case.
There's not enough deaths to support Blake's claim on Ned. Ned could be evil, but I think Ned would be a minion at best. It's just, where did the demon kills go if we're looking at a gossip and a gambler?
All right, Blake.
Well, one could have been a goon that drunk the demon. I think we might have just lost. I think we definitely lose if you kill me here. I think either Ned is the Shab or the Poe who charged last night. I don't know why we had so few votes on it, because I think people can tie this, but
there's definitely a Shab, and there was a living innkeeper last night. So I mean,
yeah.
All right.
I also think it's possible that Blake is the DA who has protected.
I actually think you're the
All right.
DA, Jeremy.
3 to tie, 4 to execute.
I mean, an exorcist that's still alive. A gambler gambled him and died, and we couldn't get more than 3 votes.
Who do we think is the DA? We gotta get the DA out, I think.
Jeremy, I think, is evil here.
Yeah, okay.
He's not following.
3 is a tie. Both Ned and Blake are safe for today.
Jen will nominate.
I could see.
Jen nominates Jeremy. State your case.
I think Jeremy's the DA. I think Ned is either DA protected, minion, or Manny is the demon. I think Jeremy's probably a good kill here.
All right, Jeremy.
Yeah, that's fine. I do think Ned was DA protected. Not by me, though. So kill me and then kill Ned tomorrow, and then we'll win. It will be fine.
All right, so 4 to execute. Here we go.
Anyone want me to vote or?
It'd be lovely if I
reckon-
didn't die. But I drank with
Maybe
Blake,
drop.
so I probably will be dead.
You drank with Blake?
4
Last 2 nights.
is enough.
Alright,
Jeremy's about to die. Any more nominations? Okay, count from 10.
I mean, someone
5.
could get regurgitated.
I mean, Sailor at this point, Jeremy?
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Jeremy,
Yes.
has been executed and dies. The game continues. Good night. All right. I mean, I think it's a little too rough to regurgitate an evil here, but if Ned turns Manny evil, I mean, I think we're in an
He's an
okay.
evil goon at this point.
Evil might be able to pull it off.
I've been good the whole game.
Yeah, right.
Not after yesterday. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you are good, Manny. I hope you are good.
I picked Manny last night, so he was good.
There's no way Manny's good.
If he is the goon, he was good last night. So I have doubts. I was trying.
I don't know. It's a tough situation.
Both evil players in my pick because I knew I was dying that night.
So Jeremy claims to have drunk with Blake the past 2 nights, and he clearly died. So
I mean, is there? I think we definitely wouldn't regurgitate Nina. Maybe we regurgitate Aaron. I don't think it's gonna. I think that would just do nothing but
going through the worlds. We got Matthew, who.
I think that would just extend the game. Honestly. I mean, maybe they think he's a minstrel and then they execute Ned and then the game continues and there's no kills and everybody just thinks it's minstrel night. I think it's just a little rough, but Manny and Robert. Well, it does make Ned drunk and it'll make Manny evil. Unfortunately, it might just take Manny down with with the evil team. But you know,
Probably have to kill Ned tomorrow.
I don't know I don't know how you're building that world, but
I could believe Manny and Ned for sure. Yeah.
if they can really convince Town to go for Blake rather than Ned,
Blake is evil here.
Evil's got this.
Well, his gossip kills haven't
I was
gone
gonna say
off.
there hasn't been any gossip.
And his
here.
gossip kills include me and Ned as a demon several times. So,
but
I think they could paint a mastermind world now.
There's ways to sink a gossip kill. So
yes.
Well, not the gossip kill, but
No.
the demon kill. The gossip wouldn't affect the goon.
Good morning, Town. Nobody died in the night. You got about 1 or 2 minutes.
Is this, wait a minute, is this a
Mastermind,
mastermind?
don't that, Jeremy?
Mastermind.
let me guess, Ned. Who did you pick last night? Let me guess.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I picked Robert.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so mastermind.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what are your gossip?
Yeah, and I know Matt gambled Robert successfully, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
With 5.
You cleared Jen?
Yeah, I did Jen as the professor because I thought that was a sketchy claim, so I was like, let's try it. And then when Ned claimed Exorcist publicly, I'm like, well, let's try that. So yeah. And I don't think Matthew ever drank with me, so I think I'm cleared for being.
Day 4, Ned. I mean, again, the most damning. I mean, yeah, Madar could have just been demon killed, but again, they, you know. I mean, if you believe Ned, he.
Yeah, look, I mean, the only way your story lines up is if I was picked yesterday, which I know I wasn't, which you're not, you know, whatever.
Probably not a mastermind day. It is probably the Manny got picked by the demon. And so, what's your thought on Blake?
I think Blake's good. Blake offered on day 2. He offered to be gambled as the gossip.
Okay.
I just didn't
Alright.
do it because I
I'm
decided
going
to
for
do
Ned.
you.
And we're
and
going to
then-
need votes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Later.
Really curious.
All right, welcome back. Nominations are open. I see multiple hands up. We'll start with Steve.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just trying to remind ourselves about the executions. Robert, me, Jeremy, and wasn't Aaron also one of the executions?
Yes.
Nina too.
Yeah.
And Nina.
We are the townsfolk claims who were executions.
Well, you and Aaron, I think, would be the town.
I'm just saying.
Nina would be an outsider.
The straight line is just the claims. Jeremy, myself, Aaron, and Robert are the townsfolk execution claims.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jen, do you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I had a rules clarification question. Just real quick before I ask that question, though, Steve, I think the only save that I would probably guess would be a good save in that situation would be Aaron. You would just look evil if you were saved as a fool who so it would not actually benefit your team if you're good for you to be saved. So Aaron's probably the only one that would be the one that I'd be suspicious about.
You're saying exactly what I was implying. So
okay. For clarification, if an exorcist chose a Shabaloth and they were told that, they did not make any choices, so there cannot be a regurgitation. Is that correct?
The regurgitation can still happen. An exorcist only stops a demon from waking, which is how they make their kills, but they don't need to wake to regurgitate.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but it would have already happened. It won't like delay it or anything, right?
Correct. Yeah, it won't delay regurgitation. It would stop regurgitation from happening the following night. But yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Robert?
I think it's likely that you know, the goon was chosen probably by the demon last night, and that's why we didn't have a kill. I think when we're ready to nominate, I'm going to be for Ned, and I think we'd like to get a lot of votes on it, but that's where I'm at.
Second call for nominations. Omega?
Lynn, what were you?
Tea lady.
Damn, I got the 50 wrong.
With no deaths, we can go down the mastermind route and make an execution if we want to. Is what
I don't like it. I'm going to nominate Ned.
All right, Robert nominates Ned. State your case.
I don't think it's a mastermind day. I do think Ned is evil. So if it is a mastermind day and we execute an evil player, so be it. But I do think we're going to need like 5 or 6 votes on this. 6. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Ned.
Why?
I said what I said the last time I was nominated. I don't really have much else to add except the information about who was picked. So if you still believe the gossip, questionable gossip, the pacifist who may have been protected by the tea lady, I guess. I don't know what information it points to me besides that. But if you need to do this, go ahead. But I'm not sure about that. Not at all.
All right. Majority
Can we get
is 3.
6, please? 6 good votes, please.
If
Need
you want
6.
to believe-
There's
Yeah, we need some more
I don't
votes.
agree with
Need
it.
six,
Sending my
guys.
vote. I don't agree with it. So you can send 6, but I'm not voting on something I don't agree with.
It's bad.
I'll send a 6th.
Thank you.
6 is enough. Ned is about to die.
So if it's a shab, then
I was chosen
no
2
worries.
days ago by Matthew. So where did the demon kills go? All of the protected players were dead at that point.
Here's the thing.
So
I think
Blake's claim doesn't match.
well,
Last call?
I think this is a mastermind day, but I also think Ned was lying about being the exorcist. I feel like a Shab chose you first, Manny.
Okay, but then how do you explain Matthew picking me? Matthew is claiming to pick me on the night that Blake and Matt are claiming to have the 2 kills.
No, I'm talking about like the very first night where only Omega died.
Okay, but it's still I would still be good on the night where the demon was supposed to sink 2 kills.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not saying that you wouldn't be now. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to piece out why Ned could be evil.
I'm going to count from 10.
Manny nominates Blake.
All right, Manny nominates Blake. State your case.
I feel like I've said this a couple times, but we had 2 deaths on the night that Blake is saying to have gossiped Ned as the demon. We don't have a way to hide the other 2 deaths. I mean, sure, they could have sank into me, but Matthew's claiming to have picked me earlier, and I didn't die. So I mean, I can tell you that I wasn't turned, but that's the evidence that I wasn't turned on that day. So, yeah, Ned could be evil, but I don't think Ned's the demon.
All right, Blake.
I think evil is trying to rise up here. I mean, Ned claimed Exorcist who picked Robert. So if he is actually the Exorcist, he should be gunning hard for Robert because there was no kill. So he should really think it's Robert here. I think it's just Ned. We had Ned on the block the other day and we moved it elsewhere. Be very careful if you're good here.
All right. 6 to tie, 7 execute.
My only vote would have been to double tap Jeremy, not to do this.
Yeah. That's... Yep.
3 is not enough. Blake is safe for today. Any more nominations? Count from 5. Ned has been executed and dies. The game is over. And congratulations goes to the good team.
Let's fucking go.
All right. You did successfully nominate and execute your Shabaloth. Let's talk about the professor.
I'm so glad this is true.
Me too.
So, there's a couple ways you could do this. If a professor decides to try to pick a player that they believe to be good, there's kind of 2 different trains of thoughts. I'm not really set on either one. I made a decision. One way you could be like, you can't pick a player that you think is alive. It's an illegal choice. The other way would just be, okay, make your choice. If it's an illegal, or if it's not a valid choice, you get told no. And from there, you could you could let them say, okay, I'll try again some other time, or you could say, sorry, your ability spent, or you can let them go around, pick the circle. Well, there's a few different options. I was like, you know what, sure, because he let me know he wasn't going to, keep picking. I was like, whatever, I'm fine with it. He did pick Lynn, your tea lady, who had been killed by Ned that night. So he did successfully regurgitate Lynn, who had died. I did clarify that if a player goes to bed alive and wakes up alive, there is no announcement. I don't announce that Lynn died in the night and then was regurgitated in the night. But nevertheless, the professor did work, and that's how that was. Lynn also protected Robert, your pacifist, who he himself never got a pacifist save. It just there was a day that you were drunk by Matthew the innkeeper, so there was no choice in. But even if there had been a choice, you executed Nina, your assassin. Sadly, never got to use her ability. Blake was on the other side. He was a gossip. He did get one true gossip this whole game, and that was that Ned is a demon, and that killed Matthew the innkeeper. And then Madar the gambler also was killed his own ability that night by choosing that as the exorcist. Ned had sunk it into 2 minions last night, or the night before rather, between Nina and then also Aaron, your mastermind, which probably I think was the best choice he could have made. It still left 2 kills happening. Easy to paint it. It's like, oh, that would have been a Shabaloth, et cetera, et cetera. Really, I think Ned made a lot of good kills throughout this whole game. It is what it is.
It's a rough game.
He did hit Steve at one point that used up his full ability. Jeremy was your DA, who on night, I think it was 2, was drunk by Louis Cordier, and Jeremy figured that out pretty easily when he had protected Nina, and Nina died anyway. So that drunkenness that did work. It did a thing. Yeah. Omega was your tinker, killed by the demon. Helm and Lynn were killed. Of course, with Lynn getting regurgitated by the professor and Omega being the tinker, it easily looked like a Poe charge or some other shenanigans. Brody, with your grandmother, died when his grandchild Lewis got killed, and that leaves Manny, your unfortunate now evil goon. Good for the entire game until last night when Ned picked him
Manny
first.
to save Ned.
I legitimately could not piece the world together where Ned was the demon. I was like, how is this mechanically not possible?
Blake, somebody in chat said, the Gossip's weak on the script. It's hard to figure it out. And I said, it's not real. I mean, yes, it's not like straightforward, but you can build a world. And Blake completely had the world correct. Madar died to his ability. Matthew died to Blake's ability. And he had it spot on. Sometimes you get it right. Sometimes you get it wrong. Blake had it right. Other players had it wrong. And it's just how it goes sometimes. You're blessed for Exorcist.
Good kills, Ned.
Yeah. I thought those kills were really good. Getting 2 minions killed in a row, unfortunately, just unfortunate. It just is what it is.
Town just whipped up on us. That's all.
I did. It was fine.
I would have appreciated different kills last night, but
I tried to help you. I did try to help you. I told you the truth.
I do think turning the goon and then having no kills probably was from my perspective, probably Evil's best chance. If you can get Blake killed, then Ned kills Jen and Robert. It was a little bit of a long shot. I was happy to see how much. I don't know if I'd call it turn around, but I think it got back to as close as it could have been for as unfortunately down as Evil was earlier. So it is what it is. But yeah, well, that was Bad Moon Rising.
Yep. Blake, Lynn, I had protected Blake. I was really hoping we could try to execute Blake and he wouldn't die, but
yeah, Blake was protected that one day. Yeah.
I
was working on framing you, Blake.
Blake was reading so good.
Yeah. And I think Ned, I think it was good to turn Manny because we had to beg for 6 votes. We barely got 6 votes at the end, and it really.
And
what I'm looking at, from what I was implying, the only actual 2 executions that were done on townsfolk were on Robert and myself. And obviously, do the one, you don't save me. I understand that completely, but that's kind of what I didn't believe them as, but I didn't have them as minions.
I disagree. If you had been saved there, I was going to be all in on you being good and Nino being evil. That's what I had told Jeremy. We needed Steve to be alive there. The death told us absolutely nothing.
And for the record, on day 1, if Brody had been executed, he absolutely would have been saved by the pacifist.
I was actually very tempted to message Sam, if there's a pacifist in this game, you know what you need to do.
I mean, the general rule of thumb anyway, you try to save a good player as early as possible. Now, if hypothetically Lynn wasn't actually a T-Lady, but she was claiming T-Lady, and then Robert is a pacifist, I would not have saved him on day 1, because that's kind of using the pacifist to help Evil, really. So, but, he got saved to T-Lady Billy, didn't have a chance anyway. So, anyway, sorry, what was that?
Oh, I was just agreeing. I was just saying it was a good solve. It was